Discipline Your Mindset. How to Get What You Truly Deserve, written by James Tracy, published by Simple Audiobooks. Introduction. Introduction offers a deep exploration of the challenges that many individuals face when trying to bridge the gap between their potential and their actual achievements. It delves into the common human experience of feeling stuck or frustrated despite having the talent, skills, or resources needed to succeed, emphasizing that the root cause often lies in the lack of consistent, disciplined action. While many people rely on motivation to propel them forward, the introduction explains that motivation is inherently unreliable and fleeting, driven by emotions and external circumstances. Discipline, on the other hand, is presented as the critical and unshakable foundation for achieving meaningful goals, allowing individuals to act decisively and consistently regardless of how they feel in the moment. By cultivating discipline, readers can free themselves from the cycle of procrastination, self-doubt, and unproductive habits that keep them from reaching their full potential. The book challenges the misconception that discipline is a trait some people are born with, reframing it as a skill that anyone can develop through intentional effort and practice. It encourages readers to move beyond the idea that success is the result of talent or luck, and instead adopt the mindset that discipline is the great equalizer tool that empowers ordinary individuals to achieve extraordinary results. The introduction emphasizes that discipline is not about perfection or rigid self-denial, but about making intentional choices that align with one's values and long-term aspirations. It stresses the importance of small, consistent actions, explaining that these incremental efforts compound over time, leading to transformational results. This shift in focus from short-term gratification to long-term growth is key to breaking free from habits and behaviors that sabotage progress. The introduction also addresses the psychological and societal factors that hinder the development of discipline. It explores how modern life, with its endless distractions and emphasis on convenience, makes it easy to lose focus and fall into patterns of procrastination and inertia. Additionally, it highlights the role of limiting beliefs, such as fear of failure or the perception that change is too difficult, in preventing individuals from taking control of their lives. By identifying and challenging these internal barriers, readers are encouraged to adopt a growth mindset and see challenges as opportunities for learning and self-improvement. The book underscores that discipline is not about suppressing desires or becoming overly strict, but about channeling energy into actions that lead to greater freedom, success, and satisfaction. The introduction provides a powerful redefinition of freedom, showing that true freedom comes not from doing whatever one wants in the moment, but from having the ability to choose actions that lead to a fulfilling and purposeful life. It explains that discipline allows individuals to take control of their time, energy, and decisions, creating a sense of empowerment and clarity. Through discipline, people can eliminate distractions, prioritize what truly matters, and develop resilience to navigate setbacks and failures. The introduction inspires readers to see discipline as a form of self-respect, a commitment to their own growth, and a way to honor their ambitions. Furthermore, the introduction paints a vivid picture of the benefits that discipline brings, extending beyond career success to improve relationships, health, and emotional well-being. When individuals cultivate discipline, they can build healthier habits, manage their emotions more effectively, and create a life that aligns with their deepest values. The book suggests that the journey to discipline will be easy, especially for those accustomed to instant gratification or avoiding challenges, but it assures readers that the rewards far outweigh the initial discomfort. By committing to the principles outlined in the book, readers can transform their mindset and lay the groundwork for lasting success. Ultimately, the introduction sets an empowering and motivational tone, encouraging readers to take ownership of their lives and begin a journey of self-mastery. It assures them that discipline is not about sacrificing joy or spontaneity, but about creating a structure that supports their dreams and aspirations. With the promise of actionable strategies and practical tools, the book invites readers to embark on a path of personal transformation, offering hope, clarity, and the confidence that they can achieve everything they truly deserve through the power of a disciplined mindset. Chapter 1: The Power of Discipline. Chapter 1 provides a comprehensive exploration of how discipline shapes the trajectory of a person's life, transforming potential into achievement and chaos into order. It begins by emphasizing that discipline is far more than self-control or temporary restraint. It is a lifelong habit and mindset that empowers individuals to consistently align their actions with their deeper values and long-term goals. The chapter challenges the misconception that discipline is a restrictive force, instead presenting it as a liberating power that allows people to take charge of their time, energy, and choices. By adhering to disciplined behaviors, individuals free themselves from the pull of distractions, impulses, and the tendency to procrastinate, creating space for intentional and meaningful progress in their personal and professional lives. Through vivid examples and analogies, the chapter illustrates how success is built not on singular, grand gestures or fleeting bursts of motivation, but on a steady foundation of disciplined, incremental actions performed day after day. It describes discipline as the engine that drives consistency, which is the true cornerstone of success, and explains that even the most talented or intelligent individuals often fall short because they lack the ability to persist when the initial enthusiasm fades or obstacles arise. Discipline, in contrast, ensures that one can weather the ups and downs of life, maintain focus during challenging times, and sustain effort even when immediate results are not visible. The chapter dives into the internal and external struggles that discipline helps overcome. Internally, it combats laziness, self-doubt, and the craving for instant gratification, allowing individuals to prioritize their long-term aspirations over fleeting pleasures. Externally, it equips people to resist distractions, societal pressures, and the demands of others that can pull them off course. The text underscores that discipline is not innate, but a skill that can be cultivated through deliberate practice and repetition. By doing so, individuals can rewire their minds to prioritize action over excuses and commitment over comfort, fundamentally changing their approach to life. In addition to practical benefits, the chapter explores the psychological rewards of discipline, such as increased self-confidence, reduced anxiety, and a heightened sense of purpose. It explains that every act of discipline reinforces a person's belief, their ability to control their own destiny, creating a positive feedback loop that builds momentum and resilience. When people see the fruits of their disciplined efforts, whether in improved relationships, career success, or physical health, it motivates them to stay consistent, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and self-mastery. The chapter also delves into the broader impact of discipline on one's environment and relationships. A disciplined person becomes a source of stability and inspiration for others, demonstrating through their actions what is possible when one takes responsibility for their choices. Discipline fosters trust and reliability, traits that strengthen personal and professional relationships and open doors to new opportunities. It also enables individuals to model consistency and determination, inspiring others to pursue their own goals with greater intention. By presenting discipline as a gateway to freedom, the chapter redefines the way readers perceive structure and rules. It explains that discipline is not about sacrificing joy or spontaneity, but about creating a solid foundation that allows individuals to fully enjoy life without the guilt or stress of unfulfilled obligations. The chapter emphasizes that discipline provides clarity, helping people distinguish between what is truly important and what is merely urgent or trivial, and equips them to invest their time and energy in pursuits that bring lasting satisfaction. Lastly, the chapter paints a compelling picture of the transformative power of discipline by exploring its application across various areas of life. In health, discipline translates to consistent exercise, balanced nutrition, and adequate rest, leading to a stronger body and mind. In career and finances, it manifests as diligent work, wise decision-making, and consistent effort toward professional growth. In personal development, discipline drives habits like reading, learning new skills, or reflecting on one's progress, fostering continuous improvement. It assures readers that while cultivating discipline may feel challenging at first, the rewards are profound and far-reaching. By committing to a disciplined mindset, individuals can take control of their future, overcome obstacles with confidence, and build a life that reflects their highest potential. Chapter 2. Rewiring Your Mindset. This chapter delves into the profound and transformative process of reshaping your mental framework, emphasizing that true change begins at the core of our thoughts and beliefs. This chapter explores the intricate relationship between mindset and life outcomes, demonstrating that the way we perceive ourselves, our abilities, and the world around us dictates our actions, decisions, and ultimately it argues that our thoughts act as the blueprint for our reality, and if those thoughts are rooted in negativity, self-doubt, or fear, they create barriers that prevent us from realizing our potential. The chapter begins by shedding light on how deeply ingrained beliefs form through past experiences, societal conditioning, or repeated self-talk can unconsciously hold us back, acting as invisible chains that keep us stuck in mediocrity. It explains that these beliefs, often operating at a subconscious level, influence everything from how we approach challenges to how we interpret setbacks and opportunities. The chapter introduces the idea of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form and reorganize connections throughout life, as the key to rewiring the mind for success. It highlights that, just as harmful habits of thought can be developed over time, they can also be replaced with empowering patterns through consistent effort. Readers are guided to recognize the internal dialogue that shapes their perceptions and to identify limiting beliefs, such as "I'm not good enough" or "I'll never succeed," that hinder their growth. The process of rewiring begins with awareness, becoming conscious of the automatic thoughts and assumptions that drive behavior, and is followed by actively challenging and replacing those thoughts with more constructive ones. Techniques like positive affirmations are explored in depth, showing how repeatedly reinforcing empowering statements can recondition the subconscious mind to support confidence, perseverance, and optimism. Visualization is presented as another powerful tool, helping readers to imagine their desired future with clarity and detail, effectively training their brain to recognize opportunities and take actions that align with their goals. By visualizing success, the mind begins to believe in its attainability, bridging the gap between imagination and reality. The chapter also examines the role of mindfulness and meditation in rewiring the mind, teaching readers how to interrupt negative thought cycles and bring their focus back to the present moment. This practice not only reduces stress, but also enhances self-awareness, allowing individuals to consciously choose thoughts and actions that propel them forward. The chapter emphasizes the importance of adopting a growth mindset, a concept that celebrates challenges as opportunities for learning rather than obstacles to avoid. It explains how a fixed mindset, where individuals see their abilities as static and unchangeable, leads to fear of failure and reluctance to take risks, while a growth mindset fosters resilience, adaptability, and a willingness to embrace discomfort as part of the journey toward success. Practical examples are provided, illustrating how even small shifts in perspective, such as reframing failures as feedback or viewing obstacles as stepping stones, can create profound changes in how we approach life. Gratitude is explored as a cornerstone of mindset transformation, showing how focusing on what we already have cultivates a sense of abundance and positivity that fuels motivation and creativity. By making gratitude a daily practice, whether through journaling or conscious reflection, readers can shift their focus away from what is lacking and toward what is possible. This creates a mental environment where optimism and hope thrive, reinforcing the belief that success is within reach. The chapter emphasizes that the process of rewiring the mind is neither quick nor easy. It requires commitment, patience, and consistent effort. The brain's default wiring, shaped by years of repetition, doesn't change overnight, but with persistence, new neural pathways can form, leading to transformative changes in thought patterns and behaviors. The importance of self-compassion is highlighted, reminding readers to treat themselves kindly as they work through setbacks and challenges in their journey toward a better mindset. The chapter concludes by reinforcing that rewiring the mindset is the foundation for lasting success, as it enables individuals to align their inner world with their external goals. By mastering their thoughts and beliefs, readers are empowered to break free from limitations, develop unwavering resilience, and create a life that reflects their true potential. Chapter 3. Goal Setting That Works. Chapter 3 dives into the intricate details of setting goals that not only motivate, but also lead to successful outcomes. It begins by addressing the foundational principle that setting goals is not a mere exercise in wishful thinking, but a conscious, strategic process. The chapter elaborates on the importance of clarity when it comes to goals. Without clear direction, it's easy to get sidetracked or overwhelmed. It explains that when a goal is specific, you know exactly what you're aiming for, which allows for better planning and decision-making. A goal like "I want to get fit" is too vague, whereas something like "I want to lose 10 kilograms in the next 3 months by exercising 5 days a week and following a calorie-controlled diet" is clear and actionable. To further break down the process, the chapter introduces the SMART framework, a method that ensures goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Specificity involves focusing on exactly what you want to achieve, without leaving any ambiguity. Measurability refers to having quantifiable markers to track your progress, whether it's the number of steps walked, weight lost, or tasks completed. Achievable means that your goal should be within your capabilities, pushing you out of your comfort zone, but still remaining realistic. Relevance implies that the goal aligns with your deeper values and aspirations, something that resonates with your personal purpose. Finally, time-bound means setting a deadline, which creates urgency and prevents procrastination. The chapter stresses that all goals need to follow this structure to have the highest likelihood of success. Once a goal is established using the SMART criteria, the chapter discusses the importance of breaking it down into smaller, more manageable tasks. Large, complex goals can often seem daunting and unachievable, leading to procrastination or burnout. But when these goals are deconstructed into smaller, more manageable tasks, it's easier to tackle them one step at a time, maintain focus, and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Each smaller task provides a sense of accomplishment and helps build momentum towards the larger goal. The chapter also suggests that this approach fosters patience and perseverance, allowing individuals to focus on the present without becoming overly fixated on the end result. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of aligning goals with personal values and motivations. Goals that stem from personal desires and beliefs are more likely to keep an individual committed, even during challenging times. The chapter explains that when you work towards something that genuinely matters to you, such as improving your health for the sake of feeling better, or to be there for your family, it becomes easier to stay focused and motivated. This alignment ensures that the goal doesn't just feel like a task, but a meaningful pursuit, which significantly increases the chances of success. When individuals pursue goals that don't resonate with their core values, they are more likely to lose interest and give up. Tracking progress is another major point discussed in the chapter. Without regular check-ins, it's easy to lose sight of how much has been accomplished, and people may feel as though their efforts aren't yielding results. The chapter highlights that tracking progress, whether through a journal, an app, or a checklist, is essential for staying engaged and motivated. It also allows for reflection, providing an opportunity to celebrate small victories, which boosts confidence and morale. The chapter explains that tracking should not just focus on the end goal, but also on the incremental progress made, helping individuals to appreciate how far they have come. Regular progress checks help to stay focused and ensure that course corrections are made if necessary. One of the crucial elements that Chapter 3 underscores is the need for flexibility in goal setting. While it's important to have a plan, Life can be unpredictable, and rigid adherence to a single path can lead to frustration or failure. The chapter talks about the need to remain adaptable and open to adjusting goals when circumstances change. This flexibility allows for continuous progress, even when obstacles arise. For instance, if someone's goal is to lose weight through daily exercise, but an injury prevents them from working out, it might be necessary to adjust the goal by focusing more on diet or low-impact exercises. The chapter emphasizes that it's not about abandoning goals, but about reassessing and making modifications when required to stay on track. This mindset shift allows individuals to see challenges as learning opportunities rather than setbacks. Accountability is another pillar of effective goal setting that the chapter delves into. It discusses how sharing your goals with others can significantly increase the likelihood of achieving them. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a support group, having someone to check in with can provide encouragement and motivation. Accountability helps keep individuals committed and responsible for their actions. The chapter suggests that accountability partners can provide not only moral support, but also constructive feedback, which is vital for continuous improvement. Moreover, the chapter recommends self-accountability, where individuals assess their own progress and hold themselves responsible for their actions. This dual approach ensures that both external and internal support systems are in place to keep the goal pursuit on track. Celebrating small wins is another important component discussed in the chapter. It explains that focusing solely on the end goal can lead to frustration if progress isn't immediately visible. By celebrating smaller milestones, individuals can keep their motivation high and maintain momentum. The chapter illustrates how recognizing and appreciating small victories, whether it's losing a pound, completing a week of workouts, or sticking to a healthy eating plan, reinforces positive behavior and makes the goal-setting journey more enjoyable. These celebrations help to solidify the belief that progress is being made, which makes it easier to continue striving towards the larger goal. The chapter also stresses that setbacks and failures are an inevitable part of any goal-setting process. Rather than viewing failure as a roadblock, it encourages individuals to embrace it as a valuable learning experience. The chapter explains that learning from mistakes, adjusting plans accordingly, and staying focused on the end result helps build resilience. A setback does not mean that the goal is unattainable. It simply signals the need for a different approach. This mindset shift is critical to long-term success, as it fosters determination and perseverance. In conclusion, Chapter 3 provides a comprehensive and practical guide to setting and achieving goals. By focusing on clarity, structure, alignment with values, progress tracking, adaptability, accountability, and celebrating small wins, individuals can significantly increase their chances of success. The chapter stresses the importance of developing a growth mindset, where challenges and setbacks are seen as opportunities for improvement rather than discouragement. With these strategies in place, individuals are equipped to set and achieve meaningful goals that lead to personal growth and fulfillment. Chapter 4: Overcoming Procrastination. Chapter 4 deeply explores the issue of procrastination, shedding light on its underlying causes and offering in-depth strategies to address and overcome it. The chapter begins by challenging the common misconception that procrastination is merely a sign of laziness. Instead, it suggests that procrastination is often rooted in deeper emotional responses, such as fear, self-doubt, and a sense of being overwhelmed by the magnitude of a task. These feelings lead individuals to avoid tasks, not because they lack motivation, but because they are subconsciously trying to avoid discomfort. The chapter stresses that procrastination is often a way to delay confronting these uncomfortable emotions, which can range from anxiety about failure to the desire for perfection. This realization helps to shift the focus from simply getting things done to understanding the emotional and psychological barriers at play, allowing individuals to address the core issues rather than just the symptoms. One of the key strategies introduced in the chapter is the importance of breaking large tasks into smaller, more manageable pieces. It explains that when a task feels monumental, it's easy to become paralyzed by the idea of having to complete everything at once. However, breaking it down into smaller, specific actions makes the task feel more achievable, and the sense of accomplishment from completing each step builds momentum. This technique reduces the overwhelming nature of the task and makes it easier to start. By tackling one small task at a time, individuals feel less anxious and more motivated to keep progressing. The chapter suggests that making progress, no matter how small, helps to quiet the voice of procrastination and keeps momentum going. The chapter also encourages readers to confront the emotional triggers that lead to procrastination. Emotions like fear, anxiety, or perfectionism can often paralyze an individual, making it difficult to begin a task. For example, fear of failure can make someone avoid starting because they feel that they will not perform perfectly, and perfectionism may lead them to delay a task until they feel that every detail exactly right. The chapter emphasizes that recognizing these emotional triggers is crucial to overcoming procrastination. By understanding that these emotions are natural and part of the process, individuals can work on reframing their mindsets, allowing them to approach tasks with a more compassionate and realistic perspective. One practical tip provided in the chapter is the 2-minute rule. This rule suggests that if a task can be completed in 2 minutes or less, it should be done immediately. This simple but powerful technique helps to prevent small tasks from piling up and overwhelming you. It's also a way to build momentum by accomplishing easy tasks right away, which boosts confidence and helps establish a habit of taking immediate action. The chapter explains how adopting this rule can turn small actions into a powerful habit of constant productivity, gradually reducing procrastination by fostering a sense of control and achievement. Another critical point made in the chapter is the importance of creating an environment conducive to focus and productivity. The chapter explains that distractions, whether from social media, noise, or clutter, can easily derail productivity and exacerbate procrastination. It encourages individuals to intentionally create a work environment that minimizes these distractions. This could mean putting away phones, organizing the workspace, or using noise-canceling headphones. The chapter also recommends setting boundaries with others, such as informing family or friends of work hours to avoid interruptions. By creating an environment that supports concentration, individuals are less likely to fall into procrastination traps and can stay focused on the task at hand. Along with the physical environment, the chapter emphasizes the significance of a structured routine in overcoming procrastination. By establishing a consistent daily routine that includes dedicated work times as well as breaks, individuals can prevent procrastination from creeping in. A routine helps make work feel like a natural part of the day, rather than something that can be postponed indefinitely. The chapter suggests that routines should be flexible, allowing for adjustments if necessary, but should still prioritize key tasks and allocate time for rest. Consistency in following a routine creates a rhythm that makes it easier to avoid procrastination, as the brain begins to associate specific times with specific activities, reducing the likelihood of avoidance. In addition to these practical strategies, the chapter emphasizes the importance of self-compassion in overcoming procrastination. It explains that self-criticism and harsh judgments only increase procrastination because they create negative feelings that can make individuals even more reluctant to act. Instead, the chapter encourages individuals to practice self-compassion by being kind to themselves when they slip up or fall behind. Rather than focusing on perceived failures, individuals should treat themselves with understanding, recognizing that everyone experiences setbacks. This mindset helps to reduce the guilt and shame that often accompany procrastination, allowing individuals to bounce back more easily and with a more positive outlook. The chapter also highlights the power of deadlines in overcoming procrastination. It explains that deadlines create a sense of urgency, which pushes individuals to take action instead of postponing tasks indefinitely. The chapter recommends setting realistic deadlines for tasks and even breaking larger projects into smaller tasks with individual deadlines. By doing this, individuals can maintain a sense of pressure and avoid dragging out the process. The chapter suggests that self-imposed deadlines, along with external deadlines from colleagues, employers, or clients, create a healthy level of accountability and urgency that makes it more difficult to procrastinate. Accountability plays a central role in overcoming procrastination, and the chapter discusses how being accountable to others can significantly increase one's chances of success. When individuals share their goals and timelines with others, they are more likely to follow through on them due to the pressure of fulfilling commitments. The chapter recommends finding an accountability partner or group where tasks are checked in on regularly, providing a sense of responsibility. This external accountability, along with personal motivation, helps maintain focus and discourages procrastination. Additionally, the chapter suggests that public accountability such as sharing goals on social media can also serve as a motivator, as individuals feel more compelled to meet expectations when they are publicly stated. Finally, the chapter stresses that overcoming procrastination is not an overnight process, but rather a journey of developing new habits and self-awareness. It acknowledges that no one is perfect and that setbacks will occur. However, it encourages individuals to continue applying the strategies discussed in the chapter, knowing that every step taken to reduce procrastination contributes to personal growth. The key is to stay consistent with the process, be patient with oneself, and keep reinforcing the positive habits that lead to productivity and success. The chapter concludes by reaffirming that procrastination is a habit that can be overcome with persistent effort, self-compassion, and the implementation of proven strategies. Chapter 5. Building Resilience. Chapter 5 dives deeply into the concept of building resilience, illustrating that resilience is not an innate quality, but a skill that can be cultivated and strengthened over time. The chapter emphasizes that while some individuals might naturally bounce back from setbacks more easily than others, anyone can build resilience through consistent effort, mindfulness, and adaptability. It explains that resilience is about learning how to respond to stress, hardship, and failure in ways that foster growth rather than despair. The chapter suggests that resilient people are not immune to difficulties, but rather they have developed the ability to handle and learn from adversity. Instead of succumbing to negativity, resilient individuals maintain a mindset that sees obstacles as challenges to overcome and opportunities for improvement. One of the key strategies outlined in the chapter for building resilience is the development of a positive mindset. Resilient individuals are able to reframe negative experiences in a way that minimizes their impact on their mental and emotional well-being. For example, instead of viewing a failure as a permanent defeat, they view it as a temporary setback that can provide valuable lessons for the future. This mindset helps to prevent feelings of helplessness, allowing individuals to continue striving towards their goals, even when things aren't going well. The chapter emphasizes that while negative emotions like frustration, anger, and disappointment are natural in tough situations, how individuals interpret and respond to these emotions plays a critical role in their ability to bounce back. The chapter also highlights the importance of emotional regulation in building resilience. It suggests that one of the hallmarks of resilience is the ability to manage emotions effectively during stressful situations, rather than allowing emotions like anxiety or fear to dictate behavior. Resilient people are encouraged to recognize and acknowledge their feelings, then choose how to act in a way that is constructive rather than destructive. The chapter suggests various methods for emotional regulation, such as deep breathing, journaling, and mindfulness exercises, which help individuals remain calm, focused, and in control when facing challenges. By learning to control their emotional responses, individuals can avoid the spiral of negative thinking that often accompanies difficult situations, thus maintaining clarity and a sense of purpose. Another essential aspect of resilience discussed in the chapter is the role of a strong support system. Resilience is not just about individual strength, but also about the ability to seek support when needed. The chapter emphasizes that resilient people do not isolate themselves during tough times. Instead, they reach out to friends, family, mentors, or support groups for emotional encouragement, advice, or simply a listening ear. Having a reliable support network helps individuals feel understood and less alone, reducing the psychological toll of challenges. The chapter further explains that building a support system is not just about seeking help in times of crisis, but also about fostering meaningful relationships that provide ongoing emotional nourishment, which makes it easier to deal with challenges when they arise. Self-care and stress management are also highlighted as essential practices for building resilience. The chapter suggests that physical well-being is closely linked to mental and emotional resilience, meaning that taking care of one's body is a crucial aspect of coping with stress. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, proper sleep, and relaxation techniques such as yoga or meditation can help reduce stress levels and improve overall mood. These practices contribute to a stronger mind and body, providing individuals with the energy and clarity they need to face adversity. The chapter warns against neglecting self-care during difficult times, as failing to prioritize personal well-being can lead to burnout, anxiety, and reduced resilience in the long term. Setting realistic goals is another strategy discussed in the chapter to enhance resilience. The chapter emphasizes that resilient people do not set themselves up for failure by setting impossible expectations. Instead, they set achievable goals that are in line with their capabilities and resources. The chapter suggests that breaking larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps makes challenges less overwhelming and provides a sense of accomplishment as individuals check off each milestone. Additionally, it stresses the importance of celebrating small victories along the way, as this reinforces the belief that progress is possible even in the face of setbacks. The act of recognizing and celebrating progress, no matter how small, helps build momentum and keeps individuals motivated during difficult times. The chapter also discusses the importance of flexibility in building resilience. Resilient individuals are adaptable and able to pivot when things do not go as planned. Instead of clinging to rigid plans or goals, they are open to change and willing to adjust their approach when necessary. The chapter explains that the ability to adapt to new circumstances or obstacles is a key trait of resilient people, as it allows them to stay focused on their long-term objectives while navigating the unpredictable nature of life. Being flexible also means not getting stuck in negative emotions or unhealthy thought patterns, which can prevent progress. By learning to let go of rigid expectations and embracing change, individuals become better equipped to face the uncertainties that come with life's challenges. Hope and a sense of purpose are also critical components of resilience, as discussed in the chapter. Having a clear sense of why you are working towards a particular goal or overcoming a challenge can provide the emotional fuel needed to persist during tough times. The chapter emphasizes that resilient individuals maintain hope even in the face of adversity, as they believe that things can improve and that their efforts will eventually pay off. The sense of purpose gives individuals the strength to push through the hardest moments, knowing that the struggle is meaningful and will lead to positive outcomes in the future. The chapter suggests that cultivating hope and purpose is not only beneficial for resilience, but also for overall well-being and satisfaction in life. Lastly, the chapter explains that building resilience is an ongoing process that requires practice, patience, and self-awareness. It acknowledges that setbacks and failures are a part of life, and that developing resilience does not mean avoiding these difficulties. Instead, resilient individuals face these challenges head-on, learn from them, and grow stronger as a result. The chapter encourages readers to embrace challenges as opportunities for personal growth, and to consistently apply the strategies of emotional regulation, adaptability, self-care, and goal setting. By doing so, individuals can cultivate resilience over time, allowing them to weather life's inevitable storms with confidence, strength, and determination. Through perseverance and a commitment to growth, individuals can not only survive adversity, but thrive in the face of it. Chapter 6. The Habit Blueprint. Chapter 6 delves deeply into the intricacies of habit formation, explaining how habits are created and sustained over time through a comprehensive blueprint that individuals can apply to develop positive, long-lasting behaviors. The chapter begins by emphasizing the importance of understanding how habits are formed at the neurological level. It describes the cue routine reward loop, a powerful cycle that underlies all habits. The cue is the trigger, which could be an external event, a specific time of day, an emotional state, or even a particular place that prompts an individual to engage in a behavior. The routine, or the behavior itself, is the action performed automatically after the cue is experienced. Finally, the reward is the positive outcome or reinforcement that follows the behavior, which helps strengthen the neurological connections involved in the habit, making it easier to repeat the behavior in the future. The chapter stresses that understanding this loop is crucial for designing habits that stick, as it helps individuals identify the triggers and rewards that sustain their behaviors. The chapter also introduces the idea of making small, incremental changes when creating new habits. It encourages individuals to start with simple, manageable actions that are easy to incorporate into daily life, rather than attempting to overhaul everything at once. The chapter suggests breaking down larger goals into smaller, more achievable steps. This approach helps to avoid overwhelm and increases the likelihood of success by allowing individuals to build confidence through small wins. Starting small also allows individuals to gain momentum over time, which is essential for creating lasting change. The chapter emphasizes that the key is consistency, repeating the behavior regularly until it becomes automatic. Over time, this consistent repetition strengthens the habit and makes it feel like a natural part of one's routine. Another key concept discussed in the chapter is the role of the environment in shaping habits. The chapter explains that willpower alone is not enough to sustain new habits. Instead, individuals must create an environment that supports their desired behaviors. This involves removing distractions or obstacles that might make it harder to engage in the new habit, as well as adding cues or reminders that prompt the behavior. For example, placing workout clothes next to the bed can serve as a visual cue to exercise in the morning, or keeping healthy snacks within reach can make it easier to eat well. The chapter emphasizes that designing an environment that aligns with one's goals is an effective way to make positive behaviors more automatic. By setting up environmental cues that make it easier to engage in the desired habit, individuals reduce the mental energy required to make decisions and are more likely to stick to their routines. The chapter also explores the concept of habit stacking, which involves linking a new habit to an existing one. This technique leverages the power of established habits to create new ones by attaching the new behavior to a routine that is already well ingrained. For example, after brushing your teeth, a habit you already do, you might decide to do 5 minutes of stretching. By connecting the new habit to a familiar one, you make it easier to remember and follow through. Habit stacking is a practical and powerful way to integrate new behaviors into daily life without feeling overwhelmed or adding extra mental load. The chapter also highlights the significance of self-compassion in the process of building habits. It acknowledges that setbacks and mistakes are an inevitable part of habit formation, and that individuals should not view these as failures. Instead, the chapter encourages readers to adopt a mindset of learning and growth, seeing setbacks as opportunities to understand what went wrong and how to improve. For instance, if a person misses a day of their new habit, rather than giving up entirely, they should focus on getting back on track the next day. This mindset helps to build resilience and reduces the tendency to give up after facing obstacles. The chapter emphasizes that long-term success in habit formation comes from persistence and self-compassion rather than perfection. Tracking progress is another essential element in building lasting habits, as discussed in the chapter. By monitoring habits, individuals can gain insight into their patterns and identify areas for improvement. The chapter suggests using simple tools, such as habit tracking apps, calendars, or journals, to record progress and hold oneself accountable. Tracking serves not only as a motivational tool by highlighting successes, but also as a means of identifying where adjustments need to be made. For example, if a person notices they consistently miss a particular habit on certain days, they can examine why that is happening and make changes to their routine or environment to address the issue. The chapter stresses that tracking progress provides both motivation and a practical way to evaluate what's working and what's not. The chapter further emphasizes the importance of identity in habit formation. Rather than focusing solely on achieving a specific outcome, the chapter encourages individuals to think about the type of person they want to become. For example, instead of setting a goal to run a marathon, the focus shifts to becoming the type of person who enjoys running regularly. By changing one's self-identity to align with the desired habit, individuals can reinforce their commitment to the behavior and make it feel like a natural part of who they are. This shift in perspective helps to build long-term, sustainable habits, as it connects the behavior to a sense of purpose and personal values. The chapter also addresses the power of rewards in reinforcing habits. While rewards are essential for completing the cue routine reward loop, the chapter suggests that it's important to choose rewards that are meaningful and aligned with the desired habit. For example, after a successful week of healthy eating, the reward might be a relaxing activity, such as watching a favorite show or taking a warm bath. These types of rewards help to reinforce the positive behavior and make the habit more enjoyable. The chapter notes that the reward should ideally be immediate to strengthen the habit, as immediate rewards are more effective in reinforcing behaviors than delayed ones. The chapter concludes by reiterating that building lasting habits is a gradual process that requires patience, consistency, and perseverance. It stresses that small, sustainable changes are more effective than attempting drastic transformations that are difficult to maintain. The chapter emphasizes that individuals should be patient with themselves and acknowledge the incremental progress they make toward their goals. Over time, with consistent effort and the application of the habit blueprint, individuals can build positive habits that lead to significant, long-term improvements in their lives. By following the outlined steps, starting small, creating supportive environments, using habit stacking, tracking progress, and focusing on identity, anyone can build habits that will lead to personal transformation and success. Chapter 7. The role of self-care in discipline. Chapter 7 emphasizes that self-care is not only crucial for personal well-being, but also plays an indispensable role in fostering and maintaining discipline. The chapter starts by challenging the common misconception that self-care is selfish or an indulgence, highlighting instead that it is a necessary component of sustainable productivity and long-term success. It clarifies that discipline alone, without the foundation of self-care, can lead to exhaustion, burnout, and a decrease in overall effectiveness. The chapter then delves into the ways self-care nurtures discipline by addressing the physical, mental, and emotional aspects of an individual's life. For instance, it explains that proper nutrition is a critical element of self-care, as it directly impacts energy levels, cognitive functioning, and focus. When individuals fail to nourish their bodies properly, they may experience fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and mood swings, all of which undermine their ability to remain disciplined. The chapter highlights that fueling the body with the right nutrients helps to maintain steady energy throughout the day, supporting focus and perseverance in goal-oriented tasks. Similarly, sleep is described as a foundational pillar of self-care, as quality rest restores both physical and mental energy. The chapter explains that inadequate sleep can lead to reduced cognitive performance, slower decision-making, and poor judgment, all of which erode the ability to maintain discipline over time. It encourages prioritizing sufficient rest and establishing a regular sleep schedule to ensure optimal functioning and resilience. In addition to physical self-care, the chapter emphasizes the importance of mental self-care practices that help manage stress and maintain emotional stability. It discusses how stress can hinder discipline by creating mental clutter, reducing focus, and leading to procrastination. To mitigate stress, the chapter recommends engaging in mindfulness activities such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or journaling. These practices help individuals to clear their minds, center themselves, and refocus on their goals. The chapter highlights the role of emotional well-being in sustaining discipline, noting that negative emotions like frustration, guilt, or fear can derail progress if not addressed. Regular self-care allows individuals to process and regulate these emotions, which in turn helps maintain the clarity and motivation needed for sustained effort. The chapter also explores the importance of setting boundaries and engaging in activities that promote relaxation and joy, such as hobbies or time spent with loved ones. These activities are not only important for recharging, but also contribute to mental health by preventing burnout and fostering a sense of balance. The chapter emphasizes that taking time for oneself is an essential strategy for sustaining long-term productivity and discipline. The chapter then discusses how a positive mindset and self-compassion are integral to maintaining both self-care and discipline. It explains that individuals who practice self-compassion are more likely to stay disciplined because they are able to forgive themselves when they encounter setbacks, rather than becoming discouraged. This mindset fosters resilience, allowing individuals to bounce back from challenges without losing motivation. The chapter also stresses that individuals need to cultivate an attitude of patience and understanding with themselves, recognizing that personal growth and the pursuit of goals is a journey, not an overnight achievement. It encourages reframing mistakes as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than as failures, which helps to maintain momentum even when things don't go according to plan. The chapter suggests that integrating self-compassion into daily life helps individuals strike a healthy balance between being ambitious and being kind to themselves, ultimately ensuring a more sustainable approach to discipline. Another key aspect discussed in the chapter is the role of routine in self-care. The chapter suggests that creating and sticking to a self-care routine is as important as maintaining a disciplined work routine. A predictable routine for self-care allows individuals to incorporate physical exercise, relaxation, and mental well-being practices into their daily schedule, which contributes to a sense of structure and stability. The chapter explains that self-care routines should be personalized and flexible, tailored to individual needs and preferences. It suggests that small but consistent actions, such as taking short walks, stretching, or setting aside time for hobbies, can significantly contribute to overall well-being and improve an individual's capacity to focus and be disciplined. These self-care habits, while seemingly simple, accumulate over time and foster a greater sense of balance, making it easier to stay disciplined and avoid burnout. The chapter further emphasizes the importance of self-care in maintaining long-term motivation. It explains that motivation is not constant and can fluctuate, but when individuals practice regular self-care, they are better able to maintain their enthusiasm and commitment to their goals. For example, engaging in activities that bring joy or satisfaction can recharge an individual's emotional energy, making it easier to stay disciplined when challenges arise. The chapter underscores that consistent self-care practices prevent the emotional depletion that can lead to disengagement from one's goals, thereby making it easier to persevere through difficult times. This regular replenishment of emotional and mental resources is essential for maintaining high levels of discipline. The chapter also discusses the broader impact of self-care on relationships and how these relationships, in turn, influence an individual's discipline. It suggests that by taking care of oneself, individuals are better able to engage meaningfully with others, whether in personal or professional contexts. Healthy relationships built on mutual respect and understanding, provide a support system that can encourage discipline and accountability. The chapter explains that people who feel supported in their endeavors are more likely to remain committed to their goals, as they have an emotional foundation to rely on during moments of difficulty. This sense of connection and community is part of the self-care process, which strengthens an individual's resilience and ability to stay disciplined over time. In addition, the chapter touches upon the role of self-care in cultivating a sense of purpose. It explains that when individuals regularly engage in activities that nourish their mind, body, and spirit, they are more likely to feel aligned with their core values and purpose. This alignment, in turn, helps maintain motivation and discipline, as the individual's actions are grounded in a deeper sense of meaning. The chapter suggests that self-care practices help to clarify one's priorities, making it easier to remain focused on long-term goals and avoid distractions that might undermine discipline. By taking time for self-care, individuals are able to reconnect with their intrinsic motivations, which fosters a sustained commitment to their path. Lastly, the chapter underscores that self-care is a dynamic and ongoing process. It encourages individuals to continually reassess and adjust their self-care routines as their needs and circumstances evolve. The chapter emphasizes that self-care should not be seen as a one-time fix, but as an ongoing commitment to maintaining health, well-being, and discipline. By incorporating self-care into their daily lives, individuals can ensure that their discipline remains sustainable, balanced, and effective, leading to greater long-term success in both personal and professional endeavors. Chapter 8. Mastering Time Management. Chapter 8 offers an in-depth exploration of time management, asserting that effective time management is a cornerstone of productivity and success, not just for managing tasks, but also for ensuring that time is spent in alignment with long-term goals. It emphasizes that time is a finite resource, and how one chooses to allocate it can significantly impact personal and professional outcomes. The chapter underscores that time management is an active, deliberate process that involves making conscious decisions about how time is spent each day. The first key aspect is understanding the importance of setting clear and specific priorities. It stresses that individuals must learn to differentiate between tasks that are urgent and those that are truly important, as prioritizing tasks based on urgency can often lead to reactive behaviors that waste valuable time. Instead, it advocates for focusing on tasks that align with one's larger objectives and contribute to long-term goals, even if they do not appear urgent at first glance. The chapter highlights how this distinction helps individuals avoid distractions that may seem pressing but do not add meaningful value. The chapter then dives into the practical methods for managing time, such as creating a to-do list, scheduling tasks, and utilizing time-blocking techniques. To-do lists are presented as an effective tool for organizing daily tasks, but the chapter stresses that simply writing things down isn't enough. The tasks must be organized in terms of priority and feasibility. The chapter advocates for breaking down larger, overwhelming projects into smaller, more manageable tasks and allocating time for these tasks during the day. Scheduling, on the other hand, is presented as a way to structure the day effectively, ensuring that time is blocked out for important activities. The chapter also discusses how time blocking, where individuals dedicate specific chunks of time to focus work on a particular task, can help prevent distractions and improve efficiency. This technique encourages individuals to set aside uninterrupted periods for deep work, particularly for tasks that require focus and concentration. It emphasizes that during these blocks of time, distractions such as social media, emails, or phone calls should be minimized to maintain flow and productivity. Another important point discussed is the recognition of peak productivity times. The chapter explains that everyone has natural energy cycles throughout the day, and it is crucial to identify the times when one feels most alert and focused. By scheduling the most demanding or complex tasks during these peak times, individuals can work more efficiently and produce higher quality results. Conversely, it suggests saving less critical tasks, such as administrative duties or less mentally taxing work, for periods when energy levels tend to dip. This personalized approach to time management ensures that time is spent wisely, maximizing productivity during the hours when one is most capable of high-level focus. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of maintaining balance and avoiding overscheduling. It warns against the temptation to cram too many tasks into a day, as this can lead to burnout and decreased effectiveness. The key is to create a realistic schedule that allows for breaks and rest, preventing fatigue from undermining productivity. Furthermore, the chapter addresses the issue of multitasking, which is often seen as a productivity booster, but is actually detrimental to time management. It explains that multitasking leads to divided attention, resulting in more mistakes and a longer time spent on tasks. Instead, the chapter advocates for focusing on one task at a time to improve efficiency and the quality of work. It discusses how this single-tasking approach not only reduces errors, but also allows individuals to maintain a deeper level of engagement with their work. The chapter also offers advice on how to deal with interruptions, one of the biggest barriers to effective time management. It suggests setting clear boundaries, whether in a workplace or personal environment, to minimize interruptions and protect time for deep work. Creating an environment that is conducive to focus, such as turning off notifications or using apps that block distractions, is discussed as a helpful strategy to stay on task. Another aspect discussed is the role of delegation in time management. The chapter stresses that it is important to recognize when tasks can be delegated to others, particularly tasks that do not require one's unique skills or expertise. Delegating tasks frees up time for the individual to focus on higher priority activities that align with their strengths or long-term goals. The chapter discusses how effective delegation requires trust in others and clear communication, ensuring that tasks are completed to a high standard without overburdening oneself. Additionally, the chapter touches on the need to regularly review time usage and adjust plans accordingly. Time management is not a static process, but one that requires continual assessment to ensure that time is being spent effectively. By periodically reviewing one's goals and activities, individuals can identify areas where they may be wasting time or where they need to adjust their strategy to stay on track. The chapter highlights the value of reflection, suggesting that individuals ask themselves whether their daily activities are aligned with their broader objectives and whether there are any habits that need to be restructured. The chapter also delves into the psychological aspects of time management, discussing how procrastination and perfectionism can hinder progress. It explains that procrastination often arises from feelings of overwhelm, fear of failure, or a lack of motivation. The chapter advises breaking down tasks into smaller, manageable pieces and focusing on progress rather than perfection to overcome procrastination. It suggests starting with small, easy-to-complete tasks to build momentum and create a sense of accomplishment. Similarly, perfectionism is addressed as a barrier to productivity, where the pursuit of flawless results leads to unnecessary delays. The chapter advises individuals to focus on doing their best work and completing tasks rather than getting bogged down by an unrealistic need for perfection. In addition to these techniques, the chapter stresses the importance of self-discipline and willpower in managing time. Time management, it suggests, is ultimately a habit that requires consistent effort and self-control. The chapter emphasizes that building time management skills takes time and persistence, but the benefits of developing these skills far outweigh the initial challenges. It encourages individuals to be patient with themselves and acknowledge that setbacks are normal, but by continuously refining their approach, they will achieve better results over time. By mastering time management, individuals can achieve more in less time, reduce stress, and create space for personal and professional growth. Lastly, the chapter concludes by reiterating that time management is a personal practice that requires customization. There is no one-size-fits-all approach, as each individual has different needs, responsibilities, and goals. The key to effective time management is adopting strategies that align with one's unique circumstances and preferences while continuously adapting and improving. With the right approach, individuals can take control of their time, increase productivity, and create a more balanced and fulfilling life. The chapter suggests that time management is not just about getting more done, but about creating a life that reflects one's true values and aspirations. Chapter 9. Sustaining long-term success. Chapter 9 dives deeply into the nuanced process of sustaining long-term success, asserting that maintaining success involves far more than simply reaching an initial goal. It highlights that long-term success is built on a foundation of continuous growth, resilience, and adaptability. Achieving success is only the first step. The real challenge lies in the ability to consistently move forward, refine strategies, and overcome inevitable setbacks. The chapter argues that success is a journey, not a destination, and sustaining it requires an ongoing commitment to personal development and adjusting to changing circumstances. It emphasizes that those who maintain long-term success do so by cultivating a growth mindset, which allows them to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. This mindset helps individuals navigate difficult periods without losing momentum, as they see temporary setbacks as learning experiences rather than failures. A key theme discussed in the chapter is the importance of setting new, ambitious goals once previous ones are achieved. Success can sometimes lead to complacency, but to sustain progress, individuals must continuously reassess their goals and set new targets that push their boundaries. The chapter explains that as life and circumstances evolve, so too should one's goals, ensuring they stay relevant and aligned with one's evolving aspirations. This dynamic process of re-evaluating goals helps prevent stagnation and keeps individuals engaged in their journey. The chapter also stresses the need for individuals to regularly audit their progress toward their goals, allowing them to identify areas where they may be falling short or where improvements can be made. By taking a proactive approach to goal setting and periodically revising plans, individuals can ensure that they are always working towards something that keeps them motivated and moving forward. The chapter dedicates a significant portion to the importance of self-discipline in maintaining long-term success. It emphasizes that self-discipline is the backbone of sustained achievement, and that individuals must develop the ability to stick to routines, systems, and habits that foster growth, even when motivation wanes. The chapter suggests that building discipline involves creating systems that automate success, such as setting regular check-ins, designing accountability structures, and making healthy habits routine. These systems ensure that success becomes a natural outcome of consistent behavior, rather than something that requires constant effort. One of the most vital aspects of sustaining success is maintaining a balance between drive and well-being. The chapter discusses how success often requires high levels of energy and mental focus, but without proper self-care, both physical and mental health can suffer, making it impossible to sustain that success over the long term. Thus, the chapter stresses the need for individuals to prioritize their health, engage in regular exercise, and develop mental resilience practices such as mindfulness or meditation to maintain their energy and emotional balance. Additionally, the chapter addresses the necessity of adaptability in sustaining success. It highlights that the world is constantly changing, and success strategies that work today may not be effective tomorrow. Therefore, long-term success requires individuals to remain flexible and open to new ideas, approaches, and innovations. The chapter emphasizes the importance of staying current with trends and developments within one's field and learning how to pivot when necessary. It advises that individuals regularly assess their strategies to ensure they remain relevant and effective in the face of new challenges. The idea of adaptability also ties into risk management. Those who sustain success are not afraid to take calculated risks, but they also know when to adapt or shift their approach, as their current strategy is no longer yielding results. The chapter also highlights the value of a strong support system in sustaining long-term success. It encourages individuals to surround themselves with people who motivate, challenge, and support them. A network of like-minded individuals, mentors, or peers can offer fresh perspectives, provide valuable advice, and hold individuals accountable, which can be crucial when facing difficult times. The chapter stresses that building meaningful relationships is key to success, not just for the support they provide, but also for the potential for collaboration and idea sharing. In this way, success becomes a communal experience rather than an isolated one, as individuals can leverage their networks to amplify their efforts. It also touches on the importance of mentorship, both as a mentor and a mentee, explaining that helping others along their journey creates a sense of fulfillment and ensures that the cycle of success continues to evolve. The chapter further explores the idea of consistency as a hallmark of long-term success. Rather than seeking dramatic, one-off achievements, it encourages a steady, incremental approach to progress. It advises individuals to focus on making consistent improvements, no matter how small they may seem, because over time, these small efforts compound into significant results. Consistency builds momentum and trust, both internally and externally. The chapter explains that those who sustain success are often not the most gifted, but the ones who show up every day and put in the work, even when it's difficult. This reliability fosters confidence and positions individuals to capitalize on future opportunities. The chapter also addresses the psychological aspects of long-term success, suggesting that maintaining success requires mental fortitude. Those who sustain success often possess a sense of inner strength, a mindset that enables them to stay focused on the long-term vision even when immediate rewards or recognition are absent. It encourages individuals to keep their eyes on the bigger picture and not be distracted by short-term setbacks or temptations that might derail progress. Time management is another crucial aspect discussed in the chapter. The ability to manage one's time efficiently allows individuals to focus on what truly matters, rather than getting bogged down in tasks that don't contribute to long-term goals. The chapter advocates for individuals to invest time in high-priority tasks, delegate when necessary, and eliminate distractions that prevent them from dedicating energy to their most important pursuits. By managing their time effectively, individuals can maintain their productivity without feeling overwhelmed, ensuring that they stay on track for continued success. The chapter also advises individuals to embrace the concept of strategic downtime, encouraging them to take breaks, rest, and recharge in order to avoid burnout and maintain high performance over the long haul. Sustaining success also involves cultivating emotional intelligence, which the chapter discusses as an important factor in handling challenges, managing relationships, and making sound decisions. By developing emotional intelligence, individuals can better understand their own emotions and those of others, making it easier to navigate difficult situations without losing focus or reacting impulsively. The chapter highlights that emotionally intelligent individuals tend to be better at managing stress, maintaining composure in challenging situations, and communicating effectively, all of which are vital for sustaining success. Additionally, the chapter touches on the idea that long-term success is often a reflection of an individual's ability to align their actions with their core values. It argues that true success is not solely defined by external accomplishments, but by whether one's actions reflect their inner purpose and values. By consistently staying true to oneself, individuals can ensure that their success is both sustainable and fulfilling. Finally, the chapter concludes by reaffirming that long-term success is a continuous process of growth, adaptation, and personal alignment. The key to sustaining success lies in an individual's ability to learn, evolve, and stay committed to their vision while maintaining balance in their lives. It encourages readers to view success as a journey of ongoing development, where the focus is not just on achieving external goals, but on creating a life that reflects one's deepest aspirations and values. By maintaining a disciplined, flexible, and reflective approach, individuals can ensure that their success is not only achieved, but sustained for the long term. Conclusion. The conclusion of the book offers a profound reflection on how mastering one's mindset is the key to achieving meaningful and lasting success. It underscores that discipline, not just in action, but also in thought, is the bedrock of progress. The author delves into the importance of understanding that success is not merely a series of external milestones, but rather the result of cultivating an inner state of focus, resilience, and intentionality. Success, in this sense, is an ongoing journey that requires more than just working toward goals. It demands a deep, consistent commitment to personal growth, self-awareness, and alignment with one's true values. The conclusion challenges readers to examine the quality of their mindset and take conscious steps to reshape it. It encourages cultivating mental habits that reinforce positivity, self-control, and purpose-driven action. Through this, individuals can overcome the limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns that often impede progress, replacing them with empowering beliefs that drive sustained achievement. The author emphasizes that a disciplined mindset is not just about setting and achieving goals, but about creating a harmonious relationship between one's inner world and external actions. It's about ensuring that every decision, habit, and action aligns with a clear vision and is supported by a deep sense of purpose. The conclusion highlights that self-discipline is a dynamic process where individuals must remain open to evolving, adapting, and refining their mindset over time. It explains that discipline is not a rigid, unchanging force, but rather a practice that can be developed, refined, and sustained through continuous effort. By consciously choosing to nurture this mindset, individuals are better equipped to deal with the inevitable setbacks and challenges that arise on their journey. The book suggests that those who cultivate a disciplined mindset are more resilient in the face of adversity, as they possess the mental fortitude to persist despite difficulties. Moreover, the conclusion stresses the importance of emotional intelligence and self-awareness in the discipline of the mind. It posits that true success is intertwined with the ability to manage one's emotions, reactions, and behaviors, especially during challenging moments. Rather than being reactive, individuals with a disciplined mindset are proactive in their responses, taking time to reflect before acting and ensuring that their actions align with their long-term objectives. It encourages readers to embrace the fact that emotions, while powerful, do not have to dictate actions if one learns to regulate and direct them consciously. The ability to detach from immediate emotional impulses allows for clearer decision-making, which in turn fosters greater consistency in pursuing one's goals. The conclusion also touches on the crucial role of resilience in maintaining a disciplined mindset. It asserts that setbacks are an inevitable part of the journey towards success, but they should not be seen as failures. Instead, they are learning opportunities that contribute to personal growth. Those who sustain long-term success are not those who avoid failure, but those who embrace it as a necessary part of the process and bounce back with even greater determination. The conclusion urges readers to redefine failure, not as a permanent setback, but as a momentary detour that offers valuable lessons. In doing so, individuals develop a mindset that is not only disciplined, but also adaptable, able to recalibrate and continue moving forward, even when faced with difficulties. The idea of creating lasting change, explored in greater depth, as the conclusion highlights that sustainable success requires individuals to adopt habits and thought patterns that reinforce their goals over the long term. The book stresses that discipline is not about short bursts of effort, but about cultivating lasting habits that support consistent progress. It emphasizes that small, daily choices such as maintaining a positive mindset, staying focused on goals, and practicing gratitude accumulate over time to create profound, lasting transformations. The conclusion encourages readers to develop systems that make these positive habits automatic, so they don't require constant effort or willpower. By making disciplined actions second nature, individuals are more likely to sustain their progress and achieve what they truly deserve. The conclusion also challenges readers to confront the barriers within themselves that may have previously held them back. It emphasizes that these internal barriers, such as self-doubt, fear of failure, or procrastination, can be overcome by cultivating a mindset of discipline and determination. The book encourages individuals to face their fears head-on, recognizing that overcoming these challenges is often the most significant step toward realizing one's full potential. By cultivating confidence through action and creating a mental framework that supports progress, individuals are empowered to break free from the limiting beliefs that previously dictated their success. In this sense, the disciplined mindset acts as a key to unlocking hidden potential, enabling individuals to pursue their goals with greater clarity and confidence. The author further encourages readers to take ownership of their journey, emphasizing that success is not something that happens to them, but something that they actively create through their mindset and actions. The conclusion asserts that those who are truly successful have taken full responsibility for their own thoughts and actions, refusing to blame external circumstances for their outcomes. By developing a mindset that is internally driven, individuals realize that they have the power to shape their own lives, regardless of the challenges they face. This sense of empowerment is central to the discipline of the mind, as it allows individuals to navigate the ups and downs of life with a sense of purpose and direction, rather than feeling at the mercy of external forces. The book also discusses the idea that a disciplined mindset creates a deep sense of fulfillment, not just because of the goals achieved, but because of the alignment between one's values and actions. True success, as outlined in the conclusion, is about living a life that is in harmony with one's deeper purpose and passions. The disciplined mindset allows individuals to pursue what matters most to them with unwavering dedication, creating a sense of satisfaction that goes beyond external accolades or accomplishments. By staying true to their values, individuals are more likely to find lasting happiness and fulfillment, as they are not simply chasing superficial markers of success, but creating a life that aligns with their deepest aspirations. Finally, the conclusion of the book encapsulates the idea that discipline is a lifelong practice that requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to evolve. It emphasizes that individuals who cultivate and maintain a disciplined mindset are not merely achieving short-term goals, but are building a foundation for lasting success. By continuously refining their mindset and taking purposeful, disciplined actions, they are creating a life that reflects their true potential. The book concludes by encouraging readers to embrace the discipline of the mind as a powerful tool for not just achieving success, but for living a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling.